All right, Shalom. Giving all honor, all praise, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Arachak, Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. And peace, blessings, and salutations to all the fellow laborers of the hopeful elect tabernacle of David scattered abroad across the four winds of the earth. Now, this latest psyop, you just knew, when you heard it, that you just had to question the whole overall, operation. So you had Gayle King, Katy Perry, Lauren Sanchez. They were supposed to have allegedly flew outer space for a good 11 minutes in this little shuttle. And the company is Blue Origin, which is supposed to be owned by Jeff Bezos. And the criticism that they got, you would have thought that the criticism would be about how they're literally lying to the public once again that they even went anywhere. But people, their reasoning is well, it's very expensive, and they look at the economy, look at how people are doing, and you people are just wasting money doing these expensive endeavors and adventures. But I'm here to tell you, this shit is just another hoax, another lying wonder. And you should be able to see by now anything that this devil do, or whether it's these are entertainers, that are put in place by the powers that be, or anything for that matter. Anything that they do, just understand that there's going to be deceit, high level deception. And in these last days, that's exactly what you're going to see. All right. So, so this is in the news right now. Gayle King, these different celebrities that allegedly, tried to go on a flight to outer space, and this was, all women. It's supposed to be some evolution thing for women. This was all bullshit. And there's footage that's surfacing that this shit was all just one staged production. No different than the moon hoax. Same scenario. All right. And that's why the scriptures say, lest Satan should get an advantage when they're ignorant of his devices. And the scriptures tell us to, put on the whole armor that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Because, hey, their right hand is the right hand of falsehood. It tells you how this is how this devil is going to come in these last days with the use of this technology. So let me real quick, before I get into the video, let me go to the blue letter, and let's get Matthew 24, and this is the warning from Yahushai. Yeah, this is Matthew 24 and 24, and it says, "For there shall arise false anointeds and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect." All right. But good for that chosen body of people that they're gonna have that spiritual discernment, so you won't be able to get over on the elect. But the rest of the people, however, they wasn't given, that gift. So when they look at mainstream news and what's being presented, they're drawn to believe it because it's in their face, even if it can be fabricated, even if it's deception, which they use high level deception every day. deep fake technology, audio editing technology. They can make things appear that's not really there. So this is what they do. CGI graphics. So Esau is like he's like a false prophet on the left hand side. He give you these signs and wonders, but a lot of it is faked. But he does that to acquire that power and authority over the world. All right. So let me just play this, and this is on a Twitter account. Now look at this. This is supposed to be that little shuttle that they were filming in when they were supposed to win outer space, right? So let's watch this. 4 minutes 42 seconds.
Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to do a really quick video on this staged Katy Perry to space hoax. Aside of all the other proofs of this hoax, I just want to show you this really quick one that happened during the live footage of the opening of the hatch. Check this out.
You saw her get so emotional in her pre-flight interview. Is she still is that still the weighing emotion, or is she still just oh my God, I saw the stars, I saw the curvature of the earth? What's going to come out of her mouth, but really her heart?
And is that Jeff Bezos out there right by the capsule? Kind of hard to see.
That is correct. That is Jeff Bezos, our founder, on the left, as well as Sarah Knights, our crew member 7.
Okay, guys, did you see that? Let's go back and watch it one more time. Okay, now I want you to watch the hatch door open from the inside. The lady runs over there real quick, says, no, shuts the door back, tries to stand in front of it. And then, actually, she starts laughing about it, as you can see right here, because, like I said, it's all staged. It has to look like it's open from the outside.
And we're now just awaiting the opening of the hatch so we can get some views from our city.
Yeah, that's sloppy work. That's botched work right there. So she basically went off script and actually accidentally went in there wrong, because they need to give you the notion that they're supposed to be all the way in another dimension. Then she was giving the orders, hey, don't open the door, don't do that. And they laughed it off. So this shit was just all one stage production, man. And this is how they get the masses. This is how they get you, man. If you still believe this devil in this day and age, that's because you're still blinded. You're still in darkness, man. Like it says in Isaiah 60, gross darkness, would cover the earth, gross darkness the people. All right? You need to, get your head from up out of the sand and pay attention. They straight up lying to you every day on mainstream media. A lot of shit is just one big simulation.
Our 6 new astronauts.
Phelps.
And I would imagine Lauren Sanchez in seat 1 will be coming out first.
That is correct. They'll go. She's in seat 1, which is next to the left. The left window there. She will go first. And then last in number 6 is Carrie Ann. That is the window on the right.
Side canyon.
See those vans arriving. Those are friends and family.
And that's Carrie Ann looking out the window, in the window to the right there. Lauren Sanchez on the left, and you really get a sense for just how big these windows are. I mean, when you're inside this capsule, it's almost as though you're getting a full 360 panoramic view. One of the cool features of this capsule, the largest windows of any spacecraft.
So over a third of the surface area of this craft is windows, and that's on purpose. There were many meetings with our founder Jeff Bezos where our engineers brought him some windows. He said, "Nope, make them bigger." They come back. Nope, that's nice, but make them bigger. And what you get here, why is that so important? So many of our astronauts have said, when I got out of my seat, I looked outside my window, and I turned around and I looked at the other 5 windows, and my brain created a panoramic view, a panoramic photo of it, because so much of the capsule is windows, and it makes for just an incredible experience.
Sarah.
Good? Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Here goes Jeff Bezos to open the hatch.
Yeah, this is all bullshit, man. And that dude, he's just, laughing while he's just continuing to, make billions of dollars. He's filthy rich, so at the end of the day, it just benefits him. They don't care if they're actually lying to the public. It just makes him and his brand look good. And all these super rich, they don't have a conscience. So, this is nothing to them. But hey, fret not yourself, because of the wicked that prosper in their way. We already know the scriptures say that eventually their time is going to come. They get to live their life in flowing wealth. It says in Psalms, the 73rd chapter, that they they have all that a heart could wish for. Because he was saying in the Psalm that he was envious at the prosperity of the wicked. They flow in wealth. They do what they do. But we understand what their end is going to be. He's going to have the hardest fall of humanity. And then you have our people that are sold out, that get to, be privileged to, they get to, enjoy some of the crumbs that fall from the master's table. Well, they already didn't receive their consolation. So they're going to be destroyed right along with them. But this is what they do while, the world is, going through it, people suffering, inflation, people are homeless, a lot of people getting evicted, people being cut from their jobs, and this is what they doing. While, maxing out, they're getting more and more rich. There's Trump's America right here. But anyway, let's finish this out.
Hatch.
Okay, now you guys just said.
In other words, and cut, because that's all that was. Just like the moon landing, okay? That was a stage production. It was more than likely in the desert, probably Barstow, Victorville, or even out here in Nevada. I think I've heard Area 51, which is out here. It's all bullshit, and it's high level deception. Okay, and these celebrities and entertainers, they're pretty much on the left hand. They're witches and warlocks, and they're used to deceive as well. That's why it says in Isaiah 47, "Stand now with thine enchantments." These your sorceries. They don't work on us though.
Just see no faking it with your own eyes. Once again, watch them open the pressurized capsule from the inside, not knowing that it's not cue time yet. And then you have the staged part where the media shows you all over the news that they're waiting for the guy to open the hatch.
Good? Okay, here we go.
Here goes Jeff Bezos to open the hatch.
You didn't really close it again. Come on out, guys.
And once again, you've been fooled, people.
And they playing right in your face. You should know. People should know this by now. You still believe these people, man? So let me get this in scripture. 2 Thessalonians 2, and I'll start at the 8th verse. I'm gonna read it in the NLT. And it says, then the man of lawlessness will be revealed, but the Lord Yahushua will kill him with the breath of his mouth and destroy him by the splendor of his coming. This man will come to do the work of Shaitan with counterfeit power and signs and miracles. And, you know, this shit is all left hand. And a lot of this shit that you seeing, this shit is all fake. So it's basically a lying wonder. Something that's counterfeit is phony. It says he will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction because they refuse to love and accept the truth that would save them. And that's the knowledge of this gospel, this truth. All right. People would rather trust in mainstream news. They would rather trust the science. Their phony pastor that's grifting and lying to them. You know, these actors, these celebrities and entertainers, rather than the true prophets and what the word says. It says because they refuse to love and accept the truth that would save them. So the Most High will cause them to be greatly deceived. And hey, the Lord said the deceived and the deceivers are his. All right, it says, and they will believe these lies. All right, so, you know, you can still believe this bullshit if you want. Anytime they tell you that they finna go outer space and they finna go past the radiation, the Van Allen radiation belt, you should know off the rip that they're not telling, they're lying to you. They're playing right in your face. All right. They're usually behind a green screen, and they're using the technology. All right, another Hollywood production film, you know, because that's what, you know, that's what they do. Now remember, NASA, when you break it down in Hebrew, it goes back to the Hebrew word nasha, which basically means to deceive. So this devil, he can't fool those whose eyes are open. So yeah, man, I had to do a little response to this. You know, this is more high level deception and witchcraft. Okay. So anyway, with that, I'm gonna give all honor, all praise, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai. To the next one, Shalom.